Good morning, Dr. Joanne and my fellow classmates. I'm Heng, and I have Chua, Melanie, and Woong here with me. Today, we'll be presenting on how can we improve the efficacy for processing of home delivery orders, also known as HDO. Here is our table of contents. We will first start with our project management plan, followed by the introductions of home delivery orders and how we resolve these problems regarding HDO. And we will share on how much it might cost to make the changes and what are the challenges faced by us along the way. Last but not least, our contributions to this project. We will first start by covering our project timeline under project management plan. We have spent a total of 20 hours over 5 weeks to complete this project. We generally classify our progress into planning, developing, consulting, refining, and filming stages. In the first week, we started by having a brief research on what is drug home delivery order. In the developing stage, we carry out further research on what could go wrong through this home delivery order and identify possible ways to resolve the problem. Next, we consult our lecturer on whether the directions that we are moving towards is appropriate. And after getting some feedback, we refine it and we have our project closure last week where we filmed our presentation slides.
Next, we'll be covering how we approach this project. So we follow 3 main steps for our project. Firstly, we initiate the project. We then apply Chua trilogy, which is divided into quality planning, quality control, and quality improvement. And we'll be sharing more on Chua trilogy in the following slides. And lastly, we concluded the project and closed it. Next will be why and how we use Chua trilogy. So why did we use Chua trilogy? As mentioned earlier, Chua trilogy consists of quality planning, quality control, and quality improvement. For quality planning, it will help us to define our stakeholders and their needs, and define the requirements of our project, and plan what we want to achieve. For quality control, it will help us to determine what we need to measure, our goals, and to obtain feedback. And lastly, for quality improvement, which consists of 4 strategies: repair, refinement, renovation, and reinvention. We'll be using these 4 strategies to aid us in improving our project. So how do we use Chua trilogy? Through quality planning, we're able to define our stakeholders and get an understanding of what is home delivery order and its process. Quality control helps us to identify problems with home delivery order and set our goals of reducing medication error, ensuring patients reorder medication on time, and reducing delivery time. And for quality improvement, we use the 4R strategy and carry out quality control based on the improvements made. And lastly, we concluded the improvements that were made. Next will be why we chose this topic. So we chose this topic because we felt that it's an important service that should be explored and developed as it greatly benefits the patients. Especially the COVID-19 situation, this service has become essential as it minimizes interaction with others and provides a safe way for people to collect their medications. Patients do not have to go down to pharmacies to queue for their medication, which reduces potential exposure. It's especially useful for people at risk, such as the elderly and the people who are immunocompromised. It also brings about convenience, especially for the elderly, people with mobility problems, and patients who may be weak after their treatment. They do not have a queue at the pharmacy, but they may have to wait for long hours.
Okay, so now we'll be covering the background. So home delivery order enables patients to order medications with their prescription and have it delivered to their doorstep. It is done through an app, the Health Buddy app for SingHealth patients, One NUHS for NUHS patients. Health Hub and various institutions have their own app as well. So the requirements for home delivery includes being 18 and above to receive or order, a valid prescription with the institution, refill and repeated prescriptions, patients on regular medications that does not require adjustments or medication counseling. So now we'll be covering the legal requirements. So to make medication delivery possible, certain legal restrictions were removed from the Healthcare Services Act and Health Product Act. This allows medication parcels to be delivered with specially trained couriers, and by 31st March 2017, the Singapore Standard for Supply and Delivery of Medicines was created. So in 2019, the first national standard for the supply and delivery of medications to patients, Singapore Standard 644, was launched. It was developed by these 3 organizations. So SS644 provides clear guidelines for healthcare and service providers like proper storage, security, traceability, safety of medication, and legal and professional requirements. However, SA 644 does not apply to the supply and delivery of controlled drugs, medications supplied through signed orders, supply of medications by export to people outside of Singapore, and medication prescribed by a veterinarian.
Next, I'll be sharing on the general process of home delivery order. So patients first have to submit their original prescription to the pharmacy. They can then place an order through respective platforms available, and after 3 to 5 working days, medication will be delivered. Delivery options includes home delivery, delivery to community pharmacies, and delivery to pillbox. For community pharmacy, it is only available for selected Guardian outlets. Patients can opt to have their medications delivered to a community pharmacy and collect it there. Or for pillbox, it is only available at certain SingHealth polyclinics. Pillbox stands for Prescription in Locker Box. It's an automated secure locker located outside the polyclinics and allows for patients or caregivers to collect the medications when they are free, where they do not have to queue or wait at the polyclinic's pharmacy. And next, we'll be sharing on the stakeholders that we have identified. Stakeholders includes patients, medical institutions, pharmacy, and the delivery man. And lastly, we have the benefits of home delivery order. Home delivery is beneficial as it helps to improve adherence to medication, reduce drug waste, which in turn saves costs. It also supports telemedicine and is able to consolidate and deliver medications from different prescribers in one parcel, which is convenient.
Now, I will share more about the problems that might occur during home delivery orders. The 3 main problems that we have identified are: firstly, there is a possibility of wrong medication being delivered to the patient. Second, people do not know when to reorder their medication, especially for the elderly who stays alone. Thirdly, we feel that there could be some improvement regarding the delivery timing. Firstly, drugs are picked and packed in the hospital, then packed into the parcel and get carried by the delivery company. Then the delivery man will deliver the drugs to the patient. During this whole process, there is a chance of the drug being wrongly picked or packed and sent to the wrong patient. This problem is magnified, especially the target audience is an elderly who lives alone or is a visually impaired person who cannot see clearly. When they receive the drug package, they do not know whether the drug received are correct, and if they consume the wrong drug, it might cause drug-related problems. As the drugs are being packed in the hospital and delivered, there are already existing measures in place for drug distributions from the pill to the delivery company in the hospital settings. For example, the use of inpatient automated system IPAS and outpatient automated system OPAS. These systems are used in the hospital to pick and pack the drugs using barcode system. Thus, in these sections, we'll be more focusing on how to ensure safe and effective medication delivery from the point of parcel collection at the hospital to the receivement by patients. To reiterate, the drug under HDO will be sent to the patient's home, pillbox, and community pharmacies. So, in the first scenario, if the drug is being delivered to the patient's home, the delivery man will need to scan the barcodes on both on the prescriptions and the drug parcel. They only can deliver the drug parcel to the barcode on the prescriptions matches the barcode on the drug parcel. Second scenario, if the drug is sent to the pillbox, the delivery man will receive both the patient's prescription barcode and drug parcel barcode. They only can place the parcel into the pillbox when both of the barcodes are matched. Then, when patients want to get their medications, they will need to scan with the right prescription barcode to open the pillbox for their medication. Thirdly, when the drugs are being delivered to the community pharmacies, the pharmacist will show the prescription barcode to the delivery man to ensure that the drug parcel matches the prescription barcode. Then the right drugs will be received by the pharmacist. With the use of barcode system, it reduces the chances of wrong drug and wrong parcel being delivered, and the drug delivery system is now a 100% barcoded system. This is to ensure that patients receive the right drug and the right parcel.
The second issue with the current HDO is that people do not know when to reorder their medication. So this leads to people ordering their medications too late, especially for elderly users, as they may not know how to keep track of how much medication they have left. Additionally, they may not have taken into consideration the time for the medication to be processed and delivered. So when people do not know when to reorder their medications, They may run out of medication while waiting for their orders, which can pose as a risk to their health. So in order to manage this issue and ensuring that people can reorder their medications on time, we can implement a prompting system where notifications are sent to the app to remind them to reorder and also to their family members on the date to reorder. So when patients are collecting their medications physically, the healthcare worker can have a suggested date for reorder on the prescription. And the implementation of an automated reorder system where notifications will be sent when the reorder date is nearing to confirm the reorder of medication. And if there is a change in the prescription, the reorder will be automatically cancelled. Lastly, the healthcare workers can educate patients on how to calculate when to reorder their medications.
So our third problem is the delivery timing. Currently, the normal delivery timing is 3 to 5 working days, and this poses some issues to certain population of patients who are forgetful, busy, or have limited mobility. For example, a patient might be weak after treatment such as chemotherapy. Other consequences to long delivery timing are failure to administer the medication in time, which could lead to many consequences such as worsening of the disease, inadequate drug therapy, hospitalization, and death. Hence, our planned solution is to have same-day delivery for the patient. Our objective is to reduce the time taken for the medication to reach the patient, and this is our proposed timeline. If the order is between 6 a.m. to 12 p.m., it will be delivered before 6 p.m. If it is ordered from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m., it will be delivered before 10 p.m. But if it is ordered after 4 p.m., it will be delivered after next day at 12 p.m. Now let's look at the implementation of solution. In conclusion, we implemented 3 of the following improvements, including barcode system, additional features to notify the patient, as well as same-day delivery. Now let us look at quality control. For QC, we are focusing on how we can ensure the improvements made are useful. For solution of medication error while during delivery, there will be a collection of feedback from delivery man and patient through the application. Rating of the service through the application, thus ensuring less medication error while delivery. Secondly, feedback will also be conducted for patients who do not know when to reorder to check if the suggested time frame is correct and analyze the number of incidents where patients ran out of medication due to reorder issue. And third, for delivery timing, QC will involve reviewing data from the whole process from start to finish. Now let us look at the budget. Singapore delivers up to 300 job passes per day, and SingPost have up to 50 specially trained couriers. The following are costs which we have estimated. For delivery, the training of staff to have basic understanding of drug storage and handling costs about $30 per person in the Medication Safety 101 course provided by Temasek Polytechnic. And if we were to train 50 couriers, it will amount to $1,500. Barcode scanning would not need much training. As for the printing of barcode on prescription, not much or no cost would be incurred. And since pillboxes already have a barcode system, no cost will be incurred too. Delivery men, however, would need a barcode scanning device which would cost about $250 per device, and hence this will total about $12,500. For the reorder system, the phone application notification system and the automatic reorder system in the application will need to be developed. The cost for updating this to an existing application is on average $5,000 to develop, and hence the total cost would be $20,000 from initial implementation. Let's look at the challenges that we have encountered. First is the lack of information. Although demand of the delivery has increased, we have very few articles or literature pertaining to the home medicine delivery, limited data on the number of parcels delivered wrongly, and customer reviews regarding delivery service or the inability to access guidelines on medication delivery are some of the issues that we have. Next is the multiple system for home medicine delivery leading to complexity on different systems. Now let us look at the contribution of each members. All members participate in identifying possible problems. Trying is responsible in the management of problem 2 as well as the legal requirement and the driven trilogy. Melanie is responsible for the problem 2 and also contribute to the budget, driven trilogy and implementation of solution. Next is Heng, who is responsible for the research on problem 1 and how we approach the project as well as the budget of implementation. For myself, I researched on the problem 3 and contributed in the general process as well as in the explanation of driven trilogy. Thank you, and this is the end of our presentation. These are our references.